You guys, Hollywood lied to you. You know what movies absolutely do not understand? Explosives. Especially Claymore mines and C4. Hollywood treats them like magical fireball generators that explode if somebody sneezes too aggressively while standing nearby. And that very much is not how it works. One of my favorite examples is the movie SWAT with Colin Farrell. Came out in 2003. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty dumb, but it's a lot of fun. There's a scene where they need to open a sewer grate so they can catch the bad guys, so they stick a Claymore mine in it, and then shoot it with a pistol from like 10 feet away, which looks cool on screen, but you can't just shoot C4 and make it explode, and you can't just shoot C4 and make it explode from about 10 feet away without becoming what we affectionately call a pink mist in a memory. Claymore mines don't just explode to the front. So as we said, you can't just shoot C4 and explode it, not in normal circumstances. Claymores use C4 explosive, and C4 is actually incredibly stable by design. That stability is intentional, because the military generally prefers that explosives not randomly detonate while people are carrying them around in backpacks, vehicles, helicopters, and combat zones. Turns out, soldiers and Marines appreciate not exploding unexpectedly. Go figure. C4 requires a blasting cap or a detonator creating a very specific shockwave to trigger detonation. A bullet usually doesn't do that. It doesn't have enough kinetic energy. Most of the time, shooting C4 is just going to damage it, puncture right through it, or scatter it around, not create a giant Hollywood fireball. Otherwise, every firefight in history would have looked a lot more like a Michael Bay movie. Movies also completely misunderstand what claymores actually do. Claymore mines are anti-personnel fragmentation mines. They're directional, and there's a reason the front literally says front toward enemy. Because they launch hundreds of steel balls in a fan-shaped kill zone about 60 degrees. Hollywood tends to portray them as either tiny little pops or giant gasoline explosions, and neither is really accurate. The danger comes from fragmentation and overpressure, not giant cinematic flames. Trust me, if you're standing in front of one when it detonates, the lack of fireball is not going to comfort you. One of the most ridiculous recent examples was in the movie Nobody with Bob Odenkirk. Great movie. It's a fun movie. I love that movie. But there's a scene where he straps a claymore to the front of a acrylic ballistic shield, holds it by hand, and detonates it. Then he basically just gets knocked backward a few feet. No, absolutely not. In the Marines, we had that phrase I mentioned earlier, it'll leave a pink mist in a memory. Think about it all you want. It's dark humor, but it's pretty accurate. A real claymore detonating directly in front of somebody holding it would be catastrophic. It has an effective casualty radius of up to 18 meters behind it, not just in front of it. That shield is not magically redirecting fragmentation, blast overpressure, or physics itself. He would be screwed. And here's the really weird part about C4. It's so stable that soldiers in Vietnam reportedly used to burn small amounts of it to heat food. Some even reportedly chewed on it, like gum. Apparently, it used to taste pretty good. Do not do that. Seriously, C4 is toxic. The reports I've read have said that that was such a prevalent issue that they had to add a bitterant agent to it. I mean, you get bored soldiers and Marines, and what are they going to do? They're going to put stuff in their mouth. Maybe that's where the whole crayons thing comes from. There are actual medical reports of soldiers getting sick and having seizures from ingesting it. So just because something doesn't explode easily does not mean it's safe to snack on. And Susie Rottencrotch knows what I'm talking about. Hollywood loves explosions because explosions look exciting, but real explosives are actually engineered to be controlled, stable, and predictable, which is honestly much less cinematic, but significantly better for everybody involved. What movie have you seen that completely butchered explosives or military gear worse than the ones we talked about today? I'd like to know what you have to say. Leave it below in the comments.